I would want to open the engagement to the audience. However, I would want Godfrey to be all ears. Most of the comments that are coming in are directed to the faith leaders, and it is all due to the conservativeness of some of them, which we have to deal with. We thank everyone who is still online, and we open this discussion. You can raise your hand, and then we give you a chance to react. We will have a feedback form at the end of the discussion. It is already in the chat section where we can capture some of the things that we've not had time to discuss about. Some of the things that you would want us to discuss in the near future, because this engagement is a platform where we connect. This is a platform where we can get new connections, as put by my co-host Annette. She mentioned this at the beginning of the discussion. So we will have a feedback form at the end, but at this time we welcome any reactions from the audience. We would want to hear from you, and we respect your feedback. Thank you so much. Over to the audience. You raise your hand, we'll give you a chance to submit. Thank you so much. Thomas from Kasenyi. Thomas, you can unmute.
Yes. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to have something to contribute on sex reproduction. I want to thank all the presenters and for the pertinent information they have availed to us. And I would say that these presentations and this forum is timely, because when you reconsider the statistics that have been shown to us, it shows that there is a big task ahead, and we need to put in more effort to avert those challenges of sexual reproduction. I want to lay on the table that we need. Hello? We need to reconsider. We need to consider involving or including this element in the curriculum system. Because when I heard very well one of the presenters talked about the academic institutions and the faith or the churches, and I see this as a very good foundation if we had included this portion or element of sexual reproduction in their curriculums, so that they have something to say or to tell the stakeholders. I also noted something that we need also to think about the age of our participants. And we need to have information that is related to the age of the participants, meaning that age graded, okay? There's a period where some of these participants are transiting from childhood to adolescent. Now, it means that we need to prepare their minds very well, and we need to talk to them and show them that when you upgrade from this stage and then you go to this stage, such a thing comes along. You'll get beards, your voices will change, the girls will go into their peas, and then things of that kind. So we need to prepare their minds, we, the implementers, and talk to them that when you transit from this stage and to that stage, some of the things happen to you, and so you need to do this and that. Thirdly, I saw it also imperative to put more emphasis on parenting. Parenting is very key in this scenario, because the children spend bigger times with the parents than the teachers or than the church. So we need to talk to the parents or caregivers or guardians, and also to build confidence to them, so that they develop that confidence of talking with the caregivers on how they can change the mind or the attitude of the children, so that when such things happen, they're in a good position of addressing the matter. And also we need to organize drives in the schools and also in churches. Those schools and churches are free platforms where we can disseminate this information to our participants. I think one of the presenters talked about it, that these churches are free places where people can come, make programs and appointments with the church leaders. Then they go there and preach the gospel on sexual reproduction. I've loved Miss. Sorry?
For the interest of time, you can summarize. Yes. And then we have Namgera on call.
Yes. Okay. I've loved Ms. Datambi's submission. She said periods, or meso periods are here to stay. And we need to give that information to the girl child, because sometimes when I remember some years back, the Commissioner of Schools, Mr. Fajiru Mande, talked about the challenges that lead to the girl child to drop out of schools. And the sexuality problem was among the challenges he talked about. So we need to put more emphasis, because we need to put more emphasis on these reusable pads. As she rightly said, that the materials that are used to make the pads are very, very expensive. So we need to look for other solutions on how we can get cheaper materials to make these pads. And in my conclusion, I work with. In my conclusion, yes, I'm concluding. I'm working with St. Thomas Carson CDC as a project director. We have this element of sexual reproduction, and under that we have sexual purity. We normally talk to our adolescents about sexual purity and how they can benefit from sexual purity if they keep their bodies safe and well without indulging themselves in other sexual activities. Thank you. That is my submission.
St. Thomas, and we have a reaction from Namgera Juweria. Please remember to fill the feedback form in case of any further engagements. Namgera, over to you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate every presenter for all that you have done and earlier presented. I have two, I should say, comments. I'm going to come one as a parent, but the other is going to be a question to the faith leader we have here and Madame Marjorie. One, we are seeing ourselves entrusting the teachers or entrusting these faith leaders. However, the story has been controversial, whereby it is these teachers who are raping the girls, and it's also these faith leaders who were entrusting raping the girls. So who should we trust in this case? Now, my other point may be, as I said, I'm going to come as a parent. I think it is very important for who are parents here to really bond with these children, because the moment they feel free to tell you anything, it will be very easy for you to back up, even if they have any slight comment about who has touched them, who has done what. I believe it will be very important for us to come in through at the right time like you mentioned, whereby we engage these children at the right points, whether it's in their early years, in their youth stages. It is very good for us as parents. Don't make this discussion so serious. You don't have to make it a classroom. You can engage these children whereby you just find them, maybe you're peeling, maybe you're cooking, and you have a civil conversation with them. I believe this will actually help out so much for us as parents. I submit.
Thank you so much for that brief submission. There is a question to Marjorie and a question to Godfrey. 1 minute to respond, Marjorie, and 1 minute for Godfrey. Godfrey first. Godfrey, you'll take 2 minutes. You've been so silent. You can respond to the question from Joeria, where she says, who should we entrust? Teachers and faith leaders also become culprits of the vice that we are trying to fight. Over to you, Godfrey.
Oh, thank you, Moses. Well, Joeria, that is profound, but normally as a faith leader, I normally say you should not stop believing in Christ because you met a pastor who raped somebody, or you met a pastor who stole, or you met a pastor who killed somebody. So one person's sin shouldn't cover for all the other pastors. Or one sin of a teacher shouldn't cover for all the teachers, or a sin of a given political leader shouldn't make all the political leaders unrighteous. So it still brings it to the point that it's still us, the religious leaders, us, the teaching staff, and us, the parents, who have the responsibility to disseminate this kind of information to our young people. We shouldn't stop parents from releasing the message, because some parents have been involved in molesting their children or have been involved in raping their children. I think we need to come up as responsible people and cover that breach and be able to reach out to our young generation and bring answers to them. Of course, we shouldn't ignore the fact that there has been those unbecoming behaviors. But then what should we do? Should we stop what should be done, or we should go ahead and give the basic information to the youngsters and to help them protect themselves also from instances of rape? This subject of reproductive health education is so broad. That's why you see, from the religious perspective, there is a lot I have to share. Then from the academician like Marjorie, I mean, those who are reaching out to the schools, I mean, they also have a lot to share. Then the parents have a lot to share because I mean, this information has to be given to our young people on different stages. There are stages that are a little bit young. There's younger stages. What should I call them? The toddlers. They need that information too. Those who are pre-teenage, they need that information. Then the adolescents need that information. Then even those that are out of adolescent stages, especially campuses, those in the universities, they still need this information. So I really think it's high time that we came up with more platforms. I want to hail the organizers again one more time and hail them for organizing this. I think this is an eye-opener, and I think it is high time to organize more of this. Personally, I will volunteer to inform more religious leaders. I have a connection to a lot of faith-based fellowships of leaders across the country, associations, networks, and religious bodies and institutes. So I would be willing to encourage other religious leaders to come on such panels, because as we are sharing, it has brought to my knowledge. We have a saying from the Bible that a certain verse from the Bible that says, the word is like a double-edged sword. It cuts from both edges. So I come in with information as a religious leader, and as I'm cutting, then Marjorie comes with her sword from the academic leader. Then she also cuts. Then the parent will show up. The parent will also cut. So as you're cutting, you return the same sword and it cuts you. In other words, as I'm giving out information, I'm also learning a lot. And how I pray that our panel will organize a document with such information and the detail of it, and work it out in a more precise way. We make that document a little bit brief and precise, and we work on, sponsoring it and printing it out, and such a document can be distributed to people who did attend this panel. Look at how many people have missed out on the information that has been disbursed out by different contributors of this platform. How I wish all the religious leaders could hear this. So we may not have all of them come to that panel, but when we come out with a document, I think we can distribute it out, and we can also invite many of them to come and make their contributions. There is a lot that is eating up our society, ladies and gentlemen. You see, some of these problems that are eating up the society, we ignore them until they become big. Years ago, homosexuality, lesbianism was news in our society. You would not even imagine ever seeing a homosexual or a lesbian face to face, but today it's rampant, it's everywhere. What happened to our society? It's because such things started eating up our society. We got to hear about such things. We ignored them. We thought they were so minimal, but they kept eating up society on grassroots level. Recently, I was shocked in Kayunga. I was trying to counsel some young men who were involved in bestiality. Now, bestiality is news in our society. Like a man having sex with an animal. That's like a little bit new. It's not so rampant everywhere. I got to see a number of cases that I was counseling. Like, oh my God, this is how homosexuality and lesbianism started, and now it's all over. It's all over. You turn around, you meet people who are involved in this kind of act. So bestiality has started, and we can ignore. But when we get this information together and we distribute it, we begin realizing the reality on the ground, and we shall work together to fight it. Religious leaders need parents, parents need the teachers, but we all need to get the right information about what is happening in the grassroots of our society. Our dear contributors from schools, those who have been doing outreaches, you have amazing stories. You have amazing stories that I've been listening to. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. So I think, Moses, we need to encourage this platform, Moses and Annette. Let's encourage this platform. Let's work out a document. Let's push it forward. Hello, I hope you.
Thank you so much, Godfrey, for that wonderful submission. For the interest of time, before Marjorie responds to the question from Joeria, we also have a hand from Wanyama, but Wanyama will go after Marjorie. I request that we switch on our video, we take a group photo as Marjorie continues to respond. Over to you, Marjorie.
Moses, kindly get me the question again.
Now, Joeria had a concern that we have talked so much that our children spend more time with the teachers. And we are entrusting our children with these teachers, but it so happens that the teachers themselves are culprits of the teenage pregnancies, of the rape, of the sexual misbehaviors. So her question was, who should we entrust our children with and how?
The truth is, the children are not safe anywhere. They are not safe anywhere. Like you have said, yes, there are teachers that are raping the students. There are fathers that are raping the children. There are brothers that are raping the children. It is sad. Like I shared, there is a girl who said she hates going back home for holidays because it is the father, not even stepdad, but the father. Somebody is trying to peep through. But it is the father that is molesting the daughter. And he keeps saying that you need to work for your school fees. Can you imagine your own father? So it is sad. And what I would say is that us that are more informed right now, we should just do what you're supposed to do and then pray. Yes, I know it may seem cliche, but we also need to pray for our children. As we do our part, we don't know who we've entrusted the children with. Even house helps at home are molesting the children. Gatekeepers are molesting the children. So as we do our part and tell them what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do, and things like that, bringing them closer and having that conversation that they can easily open up to you, it will save us from the damages. Because recently there's a school and this child is now in P6, but they found that he always had stomach issues. They thought he had ulcers, but to check, his digestive system had been tampered with. And when the boy finally opened up, he said he's been raped. Imagine a boy being raped since he was 3 years old. He's now in P6. Yeah, those are like 5-7 years of being molested in your parents' house. Your parents are alive, but the boy would not open up. So we just need to create this environment where our children are free to open up and then pray about them as we see how we can get with policymakers and see what to do. But the truth is, they're not safe anywhere, but we cannot do away with them. We shall not say, let's not take our children to school. Let us not do this. Let us be with our children 24 hours because we cannot. But let us do all that we can in our power. And then, yes, I think that's all I can add to that.
Thank you so much, Marjorie. Marjorie brings back the power to the people. It is our full responsibility as individuals here to pass this information so that we can end the vice. I would want Mr. Wanyama unmute and react.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I've not been so active on the platform. Reason I'm in class and I'm teaching, but I had to make my submission. My name is Lawrence Busio Wanyama, chairman and co-founder Motion Youth Hub. So, as a PE teacher and a coach in the sports, few things of concern, especially to the profession of teaching and coaching the young people. One of the key issues that we always leave out is to find the right coaches for our children, to have the right capacity building for the coaches. You go to spaces where the coach himself is not educated. But these are the people you are entrusting your kids with. Most of the parents now are so busy that they don't check the kind of people that they leave their kids with. You might say that this is a coach, but have you been on the ground? Where we are heading, we need what we call community parenting. It is not all about enforcing the old way of making sure the chairman knows the child of so-and-so and is giving punishment to the child of so-and-so. But what we call community parenting in the modern era is you as a parent, can you find out where does this child go to train? Who is the person training this child or children? Do they have the right qualifications? And if they don't, how can we support them? And in this movement, the coaches should lead the movements, not the community leaders, not because all of you have other things to think about, something to worry about. But there's that person that spends a lot of time with the kids. You might find that a kid, like for us with academy, listens to the coach more than he does to the parent, more than he does to the coach, to the teachers at school, because he thinks the teachers are giving them something that they don't like at a certain period in life. But for a coach, is teaching you what you love most. If he loves football, you listen to whatever thing a coach will tell them, whether it's to run in the morning, maybe to drink a lot of water, to make sure that you get to that level where you become a professional athlete. So can we engage in these spaces with different coaches for these youth that teach them in spaces where they feel free to share and have interest, not in spaces for us where we feel that that is where they have to belong because of their age, because of their time frame that you are 15, now you have to be in senior 1, you have to be in senior 2, you have to go to school. They don't know why even they go to school. But can you reach out to the spaces where they are free? I want to sing. Go and look for a good academy, music academy, that a kid can settle in. Do they have these programs? Yes or no? Make sure as a parent you also engage yourself in bringing these programs on what? On board. That is the only way you can protect the young ones. Thank you so much, Modo, Anita, for the good moderation, and also Moses. That's all I.
According to the time that we have, we thank you. We thank you for that submission. We would want to close this meeting because it is already 6 minutes over time. However, I would want to give a chance to our supporters, Global Bridge Network from Japan, to have a word. Then I'll invite Annette to close the meeting. A few remarks from Michael.
Michael, please unmute.
Unmute your microphone.
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry, now I'm a little bit sick today. My voice is so strange, but I'm so happy to you guys join us, and so we have a good discussion. And so we want to keep in touch this kind of meeting and networking with you guys. So thank you very much. And can we take up group photo? If you don't mind to open your camera.
Yeah, please put on the camera on, and everybody. Yeah.
My face is so thick today.
Aisha, yeah.
Sorry about the sickness, Michael.
Everybody. Cynthia.
Cynthia, Lydia, Gloria, please switch on your cameras.
Gloria, yeah, switch on your cameras, guys.
Yeah, please.
Christine,
if possible. Yeah, just
Arafat.
1 moment. Arafat. Kara-chan. Okay.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Christine,
Yeah, very beautiful
Charlie.
faces. Yeah, good to see you all. Oh, everybody. Okay, so please make a big smile. Okay. Okay, I'll take some photos. Okay. 1, 2, 3, big smile. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, big smile. Okay. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much to team members to the great online session.
Michael's network is off.
Yeah, I think we lost her.
Michael-san.
Oh, she's back.
She's back.
I think she has submitted already.
Hey.
Michael, we didn't hear you well. You are breaking.
Yeah, we cannot hear you.
So we are going to go Uganda next week.
Okay. We shall be happy to
Uganda.
see you.
I hope my sickness will be recovered soon.
I believe you will be well by then. Otherwise, thank you to all the participants who have stayed until the end of the session. We apologize for going over time for over 10 minutes now, but we thank you for staying with us and continuing to contribute. This has really been a fruitful discussion, and we hope to take it
further. So if you have anyone that you know has influence in the communities, wherever you are, the next time we share the link or any more discussion, kindly invite them so we can be able to spread the word easily to the rest of the world. And for those who weren't able to attend or who got to know on short notice, I would like to let you know that we shall be sharing this video on our social medias. So if you haven't followed us, please look out Amaki Foundation. You'll be easily able to find us. You can just Google Amaki Foundation. You'll find our website. It has all the social media links. You will look out for Votu, look out for GBN and SRH. This video will be shared on all our platforms because we are collaborating together to spread the word. Like you heard the man of God say, we need to pile up this information and share it with people so they are more informed. So thank you so much, our dear panelists. You've really done us well. We didn't even feel the absence of the other two. Like you guys are a powerhouse, and we hope to have you yet again in other discussions. So in the interest of time, we don't want to have bad manners. I want to wish you a good weekend. Over to you, Moses. Do you have anything else to say?
And also, please check our website, also Global Bridge Network, and we have English version. And we report it.
Yes.
All monthly
Yes.
report, we are updated.
Yeah,
Yes, and
videos
we shared the feedback form.
Thank you.
In the
Thank you very
comment
much.
section. The Global Bridge Network website link is in the comment section. And please take like 2 minutes of your time to go through the feedback form. Let us know how we did well, what we need to improve, which other topics you would like us to discuss. It's just a few questions, around 6. They really won't take a lot of your time. We would like to know what we are doing right and what we are doing wrong, because we believe in improving on how we do things. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
From Moses, I thank everyone for attending. I thank you, Marjorie. I thank you, Godfrey. I thank you, everyone who has been part of this discussion. Michael and the GBN team will be in Uganda shortly, and hopefully they will be able to reach us. We have a time we'll go to Jinja, we have a time we'll go to Marjorie and Chanapad. We have a time with the GBN here in Uganda. All the best. I wish you a good weekend, just as Annette. Thank you so much for attending. We are hopefully waiting for the feedback form so that we can engage more with you guys. I told you earlier, this discussion will never end in 2 hours. We've just done so well today. Thank you so much for attending. From Moses, goodbye.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.